Heads of African parliaments have called on the global community to blacklist countries on the continent where undemocratic governments are in control. Vice President Professor Yemi Osibanjo, while declaring open a conference for speakers and heads of African parliaments in Abuja, Nigeria, called on African countries to leverage on the African Continental Free Trade Agreement to overcome the challenges of post-COVID-19 recovery. He said Nigeria and other African countries must improve on agriculture and produce their own food, while lamenting that COVID-19 has pushed over 26 million people in the continent into poverty.
Lives have been lost. The African continent, I believe, has fared better, certainly not better than several other continents of the world, but was not spared from the scarring effect of the pandemic. Many African countries, of course, have been fairly successful in containing the spread of the virus, but the socio-economic costs have been high. The African economy generally took a bit of a bash, recording over 253,000 deaths, and we've heard from the African Development Bank president, and over 30 million jobs lost since the pandemic began. According to the World Bank, the COVID-19 pandemic is estimated to have pushed between 26 to 40 million people into extreme poverty on the continent of Africa. Various African countries took decisive measures to contain the spread of the virus and limit.
Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, commenting on the issue of undemocratic governments during the plenary session, reminded the speakers that as advocates and representatives of the people, it is their responsibility to set the terms of the national development and ensure that the government's priorities reflect the citizens' most pressing needs and highest aspirations.
As advocates and representatives of the people, it is our responsibility to set the terms of our national development and ensure that government priorities reflect our citizens' most pressing needs and highest aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a time fraught with potential and danger, and every government decision we make and every action we take has the potential to substantially remake our world for good or for ill. This is, in effect, one of those defining historic moments. And when, as is inevitable, history delivers its judgment, we will even be remembered for doing the hard and necessary things that make for progress and prosperity, or be reviled for squandering the opportunity of a generation. I believe that all of us are here because we recognize the historic significance of the moment and are determined to be on the right side of history's judgment.
In his keynote address, the President, African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, said the next pandemic is around the corner. Africa must not outsource resources, hence she must build health defense mechanisms by developing local vaccines and build her food systems.
Your Excellencies, we must not be complacent. The next pandemic is just around the corner. God help us. Africa must no longer outsource the health security of its 1.3 billion people to the benevolence of others. Africa must build what I call healthcare defense systems, which must include 3 actions. First, revamp and rebuild local pharmaceutical industries. Second, develop local vaccines manufacturing capabilities. And third, build quality healthcare infrastructure.
The speakers, however, urged participants at the COSAP meeting to come up with strong recommendations that would address the growing trend of military coups in some parts of the continent. Annie T. Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.